on the entire game when you look back on it in the annals of time, and the Eagles move on. But what's to make of Purdy? According to NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero, who's currently in Mobile, Alabama at the Senior Bowl, it is a complete tear of the UCL. Guys, a complete tear. That's the ligament in his throwing elbow. He will undergo surgery. As far as a timetable, I've spoken to multiple people on this. He should be ready for the start of training camp. So think about July is really the angle there. They say it's about a 6-month deal. So July is when we expect a healthy Purdy back. That's a long road back for recovery, though, which goes to our segment here. Knowing what we now know about the 49ers quarterback situation, Trey Lance on the roster, Jimmy Garoppolo, a free agent, and, of course, Brock Purdy now dealing with this recovery. Here's the statement. You tell me if you're in or you're out.
Okay, go ahead.
Makes a lot of sense to put San Francisco as the potential landing spot for Tom Brady. Jason, are we in or are we out?
Two young quarterbacks on a roster, both dealing with season-ending injuries. I am in on bringing Tom Brady back home. Get him there. This allows them an opportunity to have these two young guys learn from one of the most professional guys to ever play the sport. Not only his greatness on the field, but how he carries himself off the field, the way he studies film, the way he encourages and motivates his teammates around him, how he raises everybody's level of play in the entire building. And for Tom, it makes sense. You have a good offensive line. Trent Williams is your left tackle. You have weapons aplenty around you. Debo, McCaffrey, George Kittle. So I think it makes a ton of sense a year to allow these guys to get healthy and to also learn from Tom Brady.
But does he rein the Kyle Shanahan experience back in because of his age or because of like his inability to get out and scamper the way he... There's a lot of reasons why he should be there emotionally, financially, family-wise, but I'm out on this. I'm out on this.
Okay.
It just... There are other teams that fit better, I think, geographically for him. I think his connection to the Raiders and Josh McDaniels, to me, just like there's a need there at quarterback. The Las Vegas market, just as a whole, and knowing Tom Brady's entrepreneurial endeavors, if you will, feels like it fits maybe in the new Silicon. I mean, I just call Las Vegas the new Silicon Valley. It's not, you know. I just don't see it. I know that like the cute, sweet pictures of him growing up, like at Candlestick and whatever, people want it to work so badly, and roster-wise, I see it. But like, God, give Trey Lance a fighting chance here. Like, something's got to give when it comes to him. Give him a future with the 49ers.
Las Vegas, Silicon, maybe.
Thank you.
I like the fact that they would get Brady just because they're almost guaranteed that he won't get hurt. Like, Brady doesn't get injured. And so, like, that would be a nice thing.
Thank you.
Fine, I don't believe
you put that helmet on. Who knows?
That's the problem. No, everybody gets hurt in that helmet.
It's crazy.
This Brock Purdy story is terrible.
Terrible.
I feel absolutely heartbroken for him and his family and his dad.
He kept trying to go. Like, just seeing
He's out there throwing little passes and stuff with the torn thing. So I'm in on for that, but I'm out. I'm out on Brady. You know why? I'd rather they go for Rodgers. Screw it. Go for it.
Really?
Trade. Do it. Everything.
Other Northern California kid.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, the history is incredible and the Alex Smith and all that, but they would have to trade a bunch of draft picks. I don't think this Niners team needs draft picks. I think they need one shot at a clean Super Bowl with the best quarterback available. I think Rodgers is a better quarterback than Brady right now. I do, and I love Brady, but I think if you put him out there and Rodgers would just be unleashed again, I think it would be a rejuvenation. I think they go for Rodgers.
Brady's a free agent. Rodgers, like you said, you'd have to trade for. And
I forgot to mention, too, I know, Peter, you're contextualizing. I think the Niners openly lusted after Rodgers a couple of years ago on draft day when he said, I may not be here. Like,
that was the story. John Lynch, that was the story.
And I believe it. And I think Shanahan wanted him. And I actually think Rodgers was kind of into it, too. And I think a couple of years later, I think that's still there.
That would be a way to kind of like blaze his own path. I suppose what we've been kind of trying to put the fodder on the wall for like him going to the Jets. And like, he doesn't like the Brett Favre connection.
I don't think that's irrelevant.
Doing his own thing, going that direction, doing something that no one before him had done, you know, team to team. It's interesting.
I like Rodgers with the 49ers, but to have to trade value to get there for Brady as a free agent, who's not going to command a ton of money either. I think for Brady, it'll be more about going to a situation where I can win now and build the roster up, continue to build it around.
Brady is going to have many suitors, I think. I don't think he's one of these deals where he's begging the teams. I think he's going to take his time, or he can step away, or he can return to Tampa. But, Jamie, to your point, I see those photos of him at the catch game. I see him as a Niners fan, the Montana angle, like, to end his career, to bookend it with New England, a Super Bowl in between with Tampa, and then to end it in that Niners jersey. I don't see it as like Franco Harris in a Seahawks jersey or Edgerrin James in a Cardinals jersey. I see it as like Brady maybe bringing them right back to where they were and getting them over the top. We'll see. That's why we do the offseason here on NFL
Great
Network.
Story.
We've got a guy named Jamal Williams joining us in studio later today here in New York. And this guy had an unbelievable season. He was one of the breakout players of the NFL. He was also one of the breakout personalities.
Okay.
Take a look at some of the best Jamal Williams off the field.
I'm gonna let you know, this for my nerds back home. We Akatsuki'd out a little bit. Got the Akatsuki red cloud. You see that up there? The Akatsuki roll bowl, me. That's what it is. Then my boy Itachi right here. My bad. Looking at it different. Itachi, my boy right there. And then once you see this line right there, that mean like you banned from your clan. But I'm from the Sand Clan. Yeah, I'm a rogue ninja.
First swag Kazakage, leader of the hidden village of the Den. First swag Kazakage, leader of the hidden village of the Den.
What are we going to talk to Jamal?
What's he going to wear?
I requested to our producers. I love the touchdowns. He had like 17 touchdowns, more than Barry Sanders ever had. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
Can we get
that?
Can we get that stuff? So while Jamal was probably the breakout character of the season, starting at Hard Knocks, ending with this incredible season and his Sunday night performance in Week 18, it's time to look ahead to Super Bowl week. And here's my statement. Knowing all the different personalities involved in this game and that many of them are going to be introduced to America for the first time with a media week that starts on Monday night with Media Night, the statement is this. Darius Slay, who also goes merely by the name Slay, will be the breakout personality of Super Bowl week with all the cameras with those teams day in, day out. We in or we out? Jason McCourty.
1,000% in on this. Every time there's a camera in front of Slay, post-game, wherever it is, he is entertaining. You mix the country accent with just him being extremely authentic, like he's sitting in a barbershop somewhere having a sports conversation.
It's good.
I am all for it. And then also there's some great personalities. You have the Kelce's, Brandon Graham, Frank Clark, but they've all been on this stage before.
Yes.
They get to that media night when you first get there, they're just like, we're here for 45 minutes. Like, I want to go meet my family. There's other things I want to do. Slay's fired up for all of it. Bring all the cameras, all the lights, put them in front of him, and just let him go. Whatever topics he wants to talk about, I'm all for Slay.
Great answer.
No Darius.
The first name that came to mind was that one. And when I first heard the question, I was like, yes, immediately yes. And then I really racked my brain. I was like, there must be somebody that we weren't prepared for, that we didn't see coming. Maybe on the field we did, but then all of a sudden Monday night's going to emerge. Pop.
Oh, yeah. Pacheco.
Yeah, Pacheco.
I like it.
I see it. I think something's going to happen with him. I think people are going to fall in love with him. His story. First, they're going to see him Monday night and be like, who is this guy? Why is he like dancing on the floor? It'd be like a swarm of reporters around him. And then the video's going to emerge. Then they'd be like, oh, wait, we love his story. We've told it here a bunch of times. As a New Jersey product, goes to Rutgers, has a challenging family tragedy that he overcomes through his time in high school and college. And now he is having an unbelievable rookie season. And then he's going to have a standout Super Bowl performance. And then everyone's going to be like, pop, pop, pop. I think it's going to be Pacheco.
I like it. I'm on the same page as both of you. Pacheco is definitely my watch list. And I'm looking at guys who are first-time Super Bowl players. So the Kelce's, they're out. A lot of those Eagles are out. A.J. Brown is interesting. I think he's a little livelier on Twitter than he is in person. So my answer is I'm going in on Slay because it's not only a first-time guy. You got to think of the origin story. Long time in Detroit, no winning, no bright lights, no celebration. Mississippi State wins a Music City Bowl and loses a Gator Bowl. He's not one of these guys who shows up in the college football playoff. This is the biggest thing ever. I think endorsements are out there for Slay. Slay can be used in a lot of words, both G and R-rated and all kinds of endorsements. I will give a little bit of advice to Darius Slay. Make the change. Change your name to Slay. I mean legally. Your name is Darius Demetrius Slay Jr., which means you're a second one. You're a junior. But if you really want to market this thing and run with it and you get Slay as your legal name, that goes on your nameplate. That becomes an incredibly cool. It's Cher, it's Bono, it's Drake, it's Slay. Change it, dude. Go all in. I love that idea. And then you win the week.
You hit a lot of the key points in my argument as well, in that the Chiefs have been to the Super Bowl. So aside from the Pacheco and some of the other young guys, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who's a personality who's been added.
Good call.
And Juju, who's been added. For the most part, a lot of these guys we've seen in these media nights. I'll give you one name on the Eagles who has not been with that first team, but has really emerged and has become a lovable character. the big Aussie, Jordan Mailata could be. And now you have that international feel to it, where you've got all the international media saying, oh, Jordan, you're the Australian.
The hijinks at opening night. Someone's going to have like a
didgeridoo, I don't know.
Nice. Something ridiculous.
I don't even know if that's Australian.
Yeah, didgeridoo. That's for sure. Kangaroo, it's Australian. Margot Robbie, Paul Hogan.
You know Jordan Mailata's dating Margot